Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video. Total Extreme Wrestling Wednesdays is still here, but it's been given a facelift. That's right, the public beta of Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 is out. Now today usually would have been the continuation of the 2007 save on the 2016 game. Instead, we're going to have a first look at this. I haven't had a look. It came out over the weekend. I had a busy weekend. I haven't been able to play it. I know you can only play the first 2 months. We will go through plans for this game and what's going to happen on the channel regarding Total Extreme Wrestling over the next few weeks. This game's set to come out about the middle of May, I think. I think it was put back. So we're going to have a first look at it now, and then we'll discuss it. So I really haven't touched anything at the moment. All I've done is put databases in, so it's up to date on the actual databases as such. So if we make a new game, as you can see, look, we can only play January and February of any year, which is quite interesting, but only those 2 months. It's a trial, it's free, that makes sense. When the game comes out, you'll be able to do what you like. Database should have no errors. Thank you. And we'll start the game now. I'm just going to call it a trial game because that's all that matters. I'm going to spell it correctly with the correct grammar because that'll be nice. So then, it looks good. It looks good. I like the interface. I like that it's now full screen. It makes videos easier. As you can see now, I'm just a square in a corner, just a square in a corner. And now we can actually do it correctly. It looked wrong, to be fair, 2016. It looks wrong in 2020. So, it makes sense. Not a problem. As I say, I've put all the right companies, etc. in. Interesting one-player game. I'm not sure if that was a 2016 thing. Could you play as multiple players? You might have been able to. That's interesting. We'll just go with one-player game for now. These are the people available. So I think this is the same in 2016. You have to create a worker, which will be you, which is fine. I will do that when we get to that point of the game. Instead, I'll just be Conrad Thompson for now. Because why not? Well, that's interesting. You can have different stereotypes as a booker, which is interesting. Good at negotiating, for example. Creative leader, for example. Chaotic genius, I saw there. That's got to be a Paul Heyman type thing, surely. Creativity 10 out of 10. Terrible at negotiating and leadership. I'm going to go with Jack of all trades and apply that template. That's fine. 5 across the board. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be playing anything as such on here, but we'll play as the character. We'll keep those in. And here we go then. This is how the game looks. We've got to pick the stars, but it looks really good. I love the colour scheme. I love the layout of the game now. This is really, really, really good. Of course, now with this database, All Elite Wrestling there. I think it's picked by the top stars. But yeah, I do really like the whole layout of it. It looks really good. Interesting that it says major star there. So it's not like main event, upper mid-card. Then no one's going to come at you to complain about their push. I've read the forums. I know that's what the idea is. Instead, it's sort of how you book them. It will change periodically, which is good. I quite like that. We are going to pick WWE for this, just to have a look around everywhere. Oh, interesting. That's his database, of course, but NXT and NXT UK. That's interesting. Yes, that is very interesting. So in theory, to be able to do all of the WWE, so SmackDown, Raw, NXT, NXT UK, you'd need 3 players. But in terms of a YouTube series, that would work. So that's quite interesting. We'll go to WWE anyway, play as the booker. And here we go. For anyone that's always wondered how Conrad Thompson would run WWE, here we go. No, I'm joking. We're not really playing him properly. Wow, that's a lot to really dig your heels into. It looks really good. It looks really good. There's a lot of buttons. There's a lot of buttons you can press. I'll say that straight away. But if we look here, that was your top bar, whereas here was your middle of the screen. So there's your storylines and all the things you can really change there. These are your menu buttons as such. I wonder what that is. So that's what we've got now. So that's your other look. So you can change it to that. I quite like that one actually. That one's quite nice. Companies, workers, academies, which is cool. So what academies are here? Performance Centre and UK Performance Centre. So that's pretty cool. And it's got the alumni, which is pretty good. Braun Strowman there, you can see. Actually, if it was correct, it'd have people like Seth Rollins and Roman. Actually, no, not Performance Centre, I suppose. But that's pretty good. TV, etc. Alliances, WWE Universe. That's to put the three together, but that makes sense. So that's pretty good. This is the wrestling market. This is interesting. So you can see where's doing well and where's not. So if we went to Britain, for example, an economy rising, a wrestling industry rising, the key places, Dublin, Belfast, or Ireland in particular, that's pretty cool. You can then search for anything. That's a good thing. Settings, etc. Strict storylines, deaths enabled, death frequency, all that sort of stuff. Okay, then first of all, I'm going to look at the roster. Pictures need to be added, I get that, but this is a lot of information on one screen. It's probably a better way to do it than they had it, which is pretty good. Skills-wise is numbers now, which is good. I like that. It also shows recent news headlines, which is good. Momentum's good. Evil Incarnate. It's got the brands as well, so that's good. Talk to worker. Hello. Okay, that is really interesting. So you can talk to the guys, you can talk to them about a lot as well. Decrease your size, get in better shape. Steroids can do wonders. Brilliant. You can also talk about like babyface turns and heel turns. That's interesting. So if out of interest, if I was to say to Bray Wyatt, I'm thinking about turning you face, is there anything else? You could have your head shaved, stump bumps, all this sort of stuff, unmasked. I'd like you to consider putting someone over, being booked to lose on TV. Okay, let's see what he'd say about working. Where is it? This one. I'm thinking of turning you face. Let's see what he would say. Double click on a question, say it. Okay. It's too soon for me to make another 10. Makes sense. How do you feel about being unmasked? Cannot refuse. Okay. Makes sense. Booked to lose on TV. How do you feel about being booked to lose to Big E? No complaints. That's good though. I like that. That is very good. You've also got Brock Lesnar there, of course, on the Raw brand. Hot momentum, apparently. He's the champion at this point, I believe. I believe he is the WWE champion. There it is. Look, currently holds. It's in yellow for your gold, so that makes sense. He's 87 pop, which is pretty cool. But there's a lot to get into on this. There is a lot to get into. We'll come off roster. We'll have a look at product. Again, look, this is better and easier to look at. Easier to get through. Evolving Western is quite nice. AI booking style. We're not the AI though, so we're going to be booking it how we want. I like this. It tells you what you need as well, which it didn't really do in 2016. Titles wise, as you can see here, look, Brock Lesnar, your champion. Current prestige and stuff like that matters now a bit more from what I'm told. So there's a lot to get into, a lot to get through. And this is going to be fun to play. Very, very fun. Backstage, you can look at backstage. The people who've got notable personalities, notable relationships, etc. Shinsuke Nakamura and Brock Lesnar have some tension, apparently. Okay. Becky Lynch, James, Seth Rollins, obviously Andrade and Charlotte Flair engaged. Blah, 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 blah. This is good. I like this. Let's get away from that. Or you can also, let's get to that actually. Rules. Now, alcohol is allowed. Now, drugs are allowed. Stuff like hotels, you could say, are paid for. Dirty dogs to respect. Jesus Christ. No smoking, no outsiders, etc., etc., etc. Nobody leaves until the final match is over. Is that even a thing? I don't know about that one. Broadcasting wise, all good stuff. Should have BT. Oh, it hasn't got quite BT yet, I think. I think they. No, it should have BT for. Still says Sky Sports. I guess The April database will be different. Spoilers. We'll get to that in a second. What we're going to do, chemistry wise, there's lots on here. This is really good. Can you like book people for house shows still? Not quite. Where was the bit for house shows? Because that would be still a good thing to do, I think. Events and TV wise, actually events. It's interesting you still got these. That's nice. That's a UK thing though. Right. Lots to get through. Financially, you can actually have a proper breakdown, which is good. Okay then. So, as you can see, the game looks very good. A lot to get through, but a lot of interesting stuff to do. Especially the idea that you can do WWE, NXT, and NXT UK. And that is where I'm heading for this game. The first series on the channel for 2020 is going to be a modern day save, 2020 save. We're going to pick up after WrestleMania 36. The current crisis won't be a real thing. So WrestleMania happened the way it did in terms of a booking standpoint. But the current crisis isn't happening. So we'll pick up with the champions from after WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre being WWE Champion, Braun Strowman Universal Champion. And then we're going to book our way through from there. But I will be taking also NXT and NXT UK. So I'll need 3 players, but I'll get through it. In terms of videos on the channel over the next couple of weeks, I'm not going to start this until the full game comes out, because I want to start from April. I don't want to do the Royal Rumble. I want to start from April. WrestleMania feels like the right end, and then start of a new sort of series, start of a new booking cycle. So that's where I'm going to go with it. I'll be waiting until the game comes out. Until then, well, the 2017, the 2007 save will continue. We're building up to SummerSlam, Survivor Series words. We're building up to Survivor Series, so I think that'll be a nice ending for the series. It's gone well so far. It has gone well. We've got 2 pay-per-views, including Survivor Series, I think. So there may be a week where there's no video on the Wednesdays. So be it. This is coming. This should be good. In terms of the 2020 save, what am I looking to do? I'm looking to push Drew McIntyre through the roof. I'm looking to make stars again. I'm looking to use NXT and NXT UK correctly. I know the database popularities aren't always correct, so there may be some tinkering as we go. But this game looks fantastic. It looks beautiful, and hopefully it runs the same way. We've got a lot to be thinking about with this, but the 2007 database will be continuing first. So, until next time, peace.